It's been too nice for too long, so it's back to the weather we love. Hooray! Don't have to water the plants. I've got Tourette's, so if you hear this sound...
Where was my warning?
No, I'm not doing that this week. I just put the sound on one lure. But yeah, I do have Tourette's, so excuse any swearing. We're not going to bleep it out. Apparently, they're not really... Speak, you fucking prat. The algorithm doesn't hate swearing. You just can't get monetised if you swear. We're not monetised, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I've got Tourette's. That's why sometimes I shout things and swear. And it has been a jam-packed fortnight since we last brought you guys a vlog. Welcome or welcome back. I'm Jim.
I'm Lou.
We are Fields and Flocks. Let's just get straight into it this week.
So grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and enjoy the episode.
Right guys, we've just left ours. We are on the way to go and get the piggies. I've got the chauffeur here. Get your tits out. Yes, I've got the chauffeur here, and you can see I'm quite ticky because I'm very, very excited about the pigs. The added emotion always gets to me. Yes, you fucking piggy bastard. So yeah, this is it. We're on the way. We're finally there. We've got it. Yes. This was a dream of ours. Like, you know, before we even thought about moving to the smallholding, it was like, it'd be nice to raise your own meat. Yes! Yes! And not have to get it through like supermarket supply chains or whatever. It was the dream, and we're there. Yeah, look, how you feeling?
You excited?
Yeah! Yes, next time you see me, I'm going to be the owner of a pig. Yes! Right, we've got the piggies and we are now on the way back. They smell bad, one of them pooped on my hand, but luckily the people in Pine Off had some soap to wash them. Really cute. Yeah, see you in a bit. We're just coming home from picking up the pigs, isn't it? Some wild horses, isn't it? Hello, buddy. Boys are living in the Presellis. Boom! So we've had an absolutely jam-packed fortnight, haven't we?
It's been really busy, yeah.
We had some friends visit, some of our friends from Essex. Shout out Jack and Charlotte, and their kids all came down to stay for 3 days. That was really nice.
It was lovely. It was beautiful
Boom.
weather. They picked a really nice time to come down.
Every time they visit us, it's like we need to get them to come back more. Every time they visit us, we have beautiful weather. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was lovely.
Yes.
It was really nice. We've not seen them properly sort of for several days, for a long time. So it was really lovely to catch up. Have some nice days out with their kids. Ours were in school because the term times are different, so it was nice just to spend a bit of time, you know, give them off and attention. We then, immediately after they left, we went on a family holiday.
To Bluestone.
To Bluestone,
We've got a
parents.
little bit of footage, so we'll roll that now. So we're on holiday, and Lou's driving a little golf buggy about. Yay! It's quite nice. Our first holiday in ages, isn't it, Lou?
Yeah.
We're not doing a massive section, but we thought we'd share because we have come away with the kids. They're with the grandparents right now. Yes, you fucking bastards. First time being away for ages for us, so it's really nice. We're having a good time, aren't we?
Yeah, no, it's really nice.
These buggies are great.
Yeah.
So we're at Bluestone in Pembrokeshire, which is only about 30 minutes away from home, so we're popping back to deal with the animals. Yes, me and Lou, while the grandparents looked after by the kids, so it's worked out quite well. We wanted to do a family holiday, but it's very hard with the grandparents as well, and my sister, but it's very hard to do it when we've got all the animals. So Bluestone's brilliant because it's a lovely place. And
we could pop back in the morning. It only takes us like an hour and a half.
It took us an hour and a half to get there, do all the jobs and get back, so it's not bad at all. So there, and then Lou's dad's kindly doing all the evening tasks. But right, Lou. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one because I've got a direct now. Yay! The kids had a wicked time, didn't they?
Yeah, The kids are the time of their lives. We, on the other hand, we are exhausted. We are so tired. It's one of those things. It's like you've got all these lovely memories, and they had such a whale of a time, but you are absolutely.
Due to the nature of like my stuff as well, is like Lou's always trying to tell me not to push myself. But to be honest with you, like the way I see it is, these are memories that my kids are going to cherish forever, and there are points where I can give them some sort of normality. And I know, like, you know, perhaps it's my own things, but then I end up pushing myself, and you know, I always do it. And then I have loads of, one of the nights I was having seizure after seizure after seizure.
It's the oversensory stuff, because those sort of places, it's basically like it's like an independent centre parks.
Yeah.
It's amazing, but it's, you know, they're busy, they're noisy, like the pool, there's loud music, and then you go into the play area and there's loud music, and there's lots going on. The kids are obviously like, mummy, daddy, this, can we do this, can we do that? I want ice cream, I want sweets, and it's just like,
chaos.
Hold on.
And part of Tourette's, you know, you fucking prat, part of Tourette's is you suppress. So when I'm out and I'm doing stuff, I'm suppressing my tics a lot of the time. So you're holding, it's exhausting, you're holding all that in, and they come out some way. So then when I get back in the evening, I'm just ticking, it's all coming out. And although I've never had such a bad tic attack in public, as one of the ladies who worked there had Tourette's, and so she had a little badge on her saying, I've got Tourette's or something. I saw the badge, and that was it. My brain just went nuts. So I start like, and obviously I am having tics around, and there have been other members of staff that I've had tics around. They've been like so cool about it.
They don't really care.
They don't really care, but I really, like... this girl with Tourette's, I know, I get it because I've got Tourette's, but it made her super uncomfortable. So then she's ticking loads because she's uncomfortable. I'm ticking loads and I just hate it, and I can't control myself. So I had to walk out and let me 11 or 12-year-old nephew basically sort the problem.
You found that when we watched the programme on Tourette's, though, you almost like you set each other off a little bit. It's a
phenomenon. Like it's a documented phenomenon. Yeah. People with tics set each other off.
You had to stop watching that programme because you were like, it was just setting you off, wasn't it?
When Maisie, hi Ben and Maisie and family, I know you watched the videos. When she came to stay, my tics were worse for when they're here, because you just set each other off subconsciously. Hey! But yeah, so this poor girl, I felt awful, and I know she understands deep down, but that was probably the worst part about the trip for me, this little experience. But we had you know, I'm saying the worst part, let's say the best bit, because I had such an amazing time.
Yeah, it was
Theo,
lovely.
our son, he loved it. We'll show now a little, they're so brave, they've done this little zip line. We'll put the footage in now of the kids, Yeah. It was crazy, like, I don't know if I'd like to do it, but I don't know if I'd be able to. It was like, good 10-15 metres up in the air, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
But we had a wicked time there. We're back now, and as well as that, we've got the new pigs, we've had meat birds delivered, we've had plants galore come.
You ordered a load of exotic plants. I had a load of dahlias come, which
there is a section on there, and we'll go through what we've ordered, because some of them are cool, and I'm going to show you my fails and everything of these particular plants. But this year I wanted to grow some, yes, you growing bastard! I wanted to grow some more exotic fruits and plants, and I've got some really cool thing to show you with the strawberries. I think it's cool anyway, but there's some really unique stuff there, isn't there?
Yeah, we just noticed them, didn't we, as we were setting up. There's what do you call it?
I'm not going to say. I don't want to get it wrong. No, I think it's called polyips,
it's like a deformity.
Polypsis or something like that. I'd need to Google it. But it's like a deformity where the strawberries grow into one. I was going to do it in the end section.
Yeah, we'll take some shots.
I'll take some shots and put them in here so you guys can see what I mean. But it's really cool. There's loads of them. I wonder what they're going to taste like, because they're going to be. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure, because I wonder if they don't lose their flavour, you're just going to get these really delicious, massive strawberries.
They're quite big, aren't they?
Yeah. Way, one of them's nearly ready now, so I'll be able to try that in a few days, I'm sure. And then Lou, what have you been up to? You've been working non-stop, more or less.
Yeah, I mean, I work in part-time in hospitality, so this time of year it really starts to pick up and get really busy. So I'm kind of back and forth. You're then looking after the kids, and then in with everything around the small holding. It's just busy, isn't it?
And we've done so much this time that we'll probably end up just filming the aftermath, because we didn't get a chance to film. Because grabbing the camera, setting it up, checking the sound's working, you know, it all takes that little bit of time. Look, when it's mad like this, they're the bits that are difficult, aren't they? Like to grab. So
I mean, we normally do a lot of filming when the kids are at school and the little one is in daycare. So we kind of have a few windows, don't we, where we smash out getting loads of filming done. But we've still got just a day short of 2 weeks, haven't we? And it's difficult, especially when the little one's around, because you can't really film with them too much, can you? It's difficult. Yeah. So it's hard to sort of get things done.
And we're not complaining here, guys. I don't want anyone to think, oh, these guys always seem to be moaning about the filming. It's just we're just trying to be honest. Like we're new to this.
With kids,
you know what? We've been vlogging now about 10 weeks, perhaps. You know, January we started, so we really started it this year, and we're learning as we go. And we want to be honest. We don't want to be like. I've put pressure on us, and Lou thinks it's ridiculous of getting a vlog out every week. So let me know if you guys don't mind us. You know, I thought the other video was okay.
All I can think of is the 6 weeks holiday, and I'm just like, because already it's fine when the kids are at school. We've got a nice routine set, and we do certain days of filming, certain days where you edit, and it's a set routine. We all know what's happening. And then when the holidays comes in, it kind of throws it all out, doesn't it? And all I can think of, we've got 6 weeks. Which is difficult. Anyone who's got several kids will know how hard the holidays is when they're at home all day and they start climbing the walls and they're just at you all the time, and it's just like.
And we can't really go away because we've got too many animals to look after.
Well, we can't go.
I mean, that was one of the things we went to Bluestone, was because it's only 30 minutes down the road and we could come home.
Yeah, we come back every morning quickly. We got the kids ready. They went with the grandparents, and then we would come back and just quickly do the animals. So we were out for about an hour and a half. Every morning we were away, so but
boom.
At least you've not got a long journey, which is nice.
No, that was a really good, because normally after these things you've got a really long journey to get home, but we were more or less
I was so knackered. I think I wouldn't have made it. I'd have had to stop for a sleep before we left. I was so tired on that little journey, but it's so it's trying to find ways to do things in the holidays, isn't it? And if we can do it with the kids, we can, but it's just.
But so I think I'm gonna take the pressure off myself and say we're not gonna release a weekly vlog. We're gonna do our best to release a weekly vlog. Yeah. And I think that pressure is just, we need that lifted. And it's not that we're enjoying doing the vlogs, we're enjoying documenting what we're doing, but it's also finding how it fits into our life.
Yeah. Well, it's like anything, if you start putting too much pressure on anything, then you lose the enjoyment from it, don't you? And then it's not a good vlog, because you're doing it because you're feeling pushed in the pressure, and then it doesn't come across as well anyway.
I think that about the last video, if I'm being completely honest, that I kind of wanted to get a video done. Yay! I was doing a ginger video for me TikTok, and I thought I could just do a bit of a longer format for the YouTube. But to be honest with you, it weren't my proudest work, and I'd rather, but you know what I mean? I'd rather do the vlogs and be happy with them and release them when they can be released without the pressure. And no one's put pressure on us but ourselves. So that's it, innit? But plenty more in this week's vlog. So we had the meat birds arrive. We're gonna do this one. We always do, I don't know if you've noticed, but we always put the parts separately on the YouTube. So if you, we'll cut to the meat bird stuff, and then at the end, because we thought it was really cute, we got loads of cool footage. We'll just do a little montage of all the baby chicks, just because it's cute. If you're not your sort of thing, just skip to the next part. We don't want you getting bored or whatever, but we wanted to document it, didn't it? Because they're cute, they're behaving so cute.
They're really cute. It never gets old. Every time we have the new chicks come, whether it's like laying hens or meat birds, they're always really cute.
Yeah, so good. It's my favourite time going in and playing with the chicks when they're all little. I love it. It's so
it's nice because the kids do. They're small enough, and the kids generally, they're a good animal for them to start kind of getting familiar with. Like with Erin, she's kind of
handling the animals.
Yeah, it's a good first animal to start handling. So it's cool, and the little their reactions to it are priceless, aren't they? You can't beat it. But yeah, they're doing really well, aren't they? So we've got 40, haven't we? Is it 40?
Yeah, we've got 40 and 12 of our own chicks. So there's 52 chicks in the brooder at the moment.
But the brooder's much better, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's so much nicer. It's much nicer for them. And they've got,
that was a big win this year. With last year, it was something that made you feel bad. And this year, just being right,
much nicer
sense of achievement, sense of achievement, sense of victory. We've took 3 years to get here, but we're here and we know the plan, and we can move it out when it's not needed in there. We can put it back when it is needed.
Yeah, no, it was a good move. We needed it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Yawning, boring you are we, Lou?
I'm so tired.
So our meat birds have arrived. We've gone for the Hubbard variety. We've popped them in the brooder with all the other chicks. There's 52 chicks in here at the moment. Each one of these heat plates will do 25 chicks, and that one over there does 30 chicks. I don't know if you can see that one in shot. So there's plenty of space for them all. We've gone for the Hubbards here, guys. The majority, you see some of our egg layers in. The little one's really excited to see it. You fluffy cunts! A bit like me, to be fair, because I just love this time of year. I love having all the animals here. It does take, I was saying to Lou earlier, it's taking me about 2 hours every morning now. I have to go slow and I have to medicate, but my jobs are getting a lot longer this time of year because I have to go and do all the animals. The pigs, the chicks, the chickens. And we have got new chickens. I'll show you them in a minute as well. So it's all go here with the new animals arriving. But we've gone for the Hubbards. So I really want to get this point across. We tried the Ross meat bird, which is the fast growing one that most supermarkets use. And to be honest with you, it was disgusting. They were as different, in my opinion, to raising from an egg laying chicken to one of these chickens. They were as different as an egg laying chicken to a turkey. They might as well have been another species. Yes, you fucking bastards! They smell, they poo, they barely move. They just sat in a spot and ate food until they got so fat. And it wasn't nice. We also reared them in October time, so they were covered in the mud. It was not a nice experience for us or them. So we then found the Hubbard, which is a more free-ranging variety of chicken. It's more of a chicken, if that makes sense. It's not a Franken chicken. It's like a traditional chicken. Dilly, get down. Get down. They grow up very. Oh, actually, this one. Actually, funny enough, I said it as a. This one isn't a meat. This one isn't a. Get down, Dilly. Come on. Hey. First time Dilly's been in here, so we're having to keep her on her toes.
Sit down.
But yeah, a much healthier breed. They act like chickens. They behave like chickens. They forage. They scratch. They dust bath. And all those things make it a much nicer experience for us and for the birds. And so yeah, at the moment you see the difference. Let me get in and get one of, and I'll get one of my birds versus one of the Hubbards. Now, if you look at that, the Hubbards have got more of a white wing, whereas mine are multicoloured because they're hybrids. So I don't know. This is going to be some really unusual chicken.
Still.
Yeah, one's pooping on my hair. Get down, Dilly. So, the walnuts. They were a beautiful present from our mate Eric. Shout out,
thanks, Eric.
Yeah, thanks, bud. It was amazing.
We were so chuffed.
We were so chuffed. we filmed the section and it had no sound.
We filmed it like 3 times.
Then we filmed it again to like double check because we had no sound, and we had no sound again. So I was like, we tried to get it in, I think it was episode 7 and episode 8, but we've got it in episode 9. Do a little montage of us planting it, a bit of a B-roll over us talking, but we're really looking forward to these ones growing.
Yeah. It's whilst they can take sort of 5 or so years to fruit. Walnuts is one of those things that I would eat a lot more of if they weren't so expensive. So it's really nice that it's something that I've read once they fruit really well, don't they? So it would be nice to have something else that adds towards the self-sufficiency side of things. And
they were perfect because they grow to quite massive trees. They were perfect for down the bottom there, where we want to create some dappled shade for our meat birds. Yeah. So it was just a win-win. Eric, we would have wanted some walnuts. You read our minds, and big shout out to Eric. Yeah. But it's been a big time of gardening, isn't it? Everything's massive, everything's growing, everything's coming along.
We've had that, the strawberries alone, you can see we've had 2 weeks or 3 weeks of really nice weather, and everything's just rapidly started to grow, hasn't it? To the point where I'm just like, oh crap, I need to start getting the rest of my seeds in, because I feel like I'm falling behind. Already. We've just planted the sunflowers, we've put all the squashes in. We're going to put them in a different area this year. We're going to try them in the bank, aren't we? Yeah. There's a south-facing bank over there that we're going to try and just let them ramble, because then it will help cover like the weeds and stuff that grow, and it takes a lot to trim. It's again a way of hopefully making maintenance a bit easier.
Well, the first year we had a lot of success with the squashes, and last year we had no success.
It was awful last year.
So this year we're going to try something else, and if it works, it's a good place to grow them without them interfering with the beds and whatnot.
Yeah, it frees up a lot of, they take up a hell of a lot of space, and we do like to grow a lot of squashes because we do eat a lot of them, so it saves a whole bed really, doesn't it, more or less?
Talking of beds, we've been really trying to get the beds ready. Lou's dad has done a lot of work on preparing the beds for the growing season. The potatoes are in, we've got carrots planted. The beds have had a lot of stuff sown directly. Lou's dad has done while we've been super busy.
He's done the bed out the doors of the polytunnel here. He's kind of laid a thick layer of compost, but he's put some bark down just to create almost like 6 mini beds on the bed, so you can separate things, and it looks really lovely, doesn't it? It looks really smart, and it just gives sections to things that we can plant. And what else have we been planting?
We've been sorting out where we said we've got this south-facing bank. We've been clearing that.
One of the many projects we've got going on at the moment is turning this bank into a herb bank. So we'll probably put some nice roses in there as well. But it was just wasted space, so we've kind of created a border. I say we, Lou's dad's been putting in the work here, and we're going to put some roses and loads of herbs along here to better make use of the space.
To get that ready, we've been...
because he's also, next to that, my dad's in the process of, just along from that, he's clearing the other part of the bank, because we always find we grow herbs, and then you have the initial flush, and then we kind of run out and we don't have them. So we thought, well, a lot of the herbs, they have such pretty flowers that we might as well just let them ramble and spread across the whole bank. We're going to do mint, thyme's a really one we want to do.
An edible bank almost.
Edible bank.
Using roses to try and stabilise the bank, because they've got great roots, and herbs around so that we can eat. So that's a cool project we got going on.
So I planted some of Jim's chilies. I've got a few more to do still, actually.
I was saying my chilies. My neighbour, if you're watching this, he basically said, he challenged me to make him a super spicy curry. And so I have accepted his challenge, and I have ordered some F1 Armageddons, some Scotch bonnet, and...
what was the other one?
Carolina Reaper. And I'm growing all 3 of them just for his curry. He's told me there'll be no problem, and he's had the world's spiciest curry before, so... we got a 50 quid bet riding on it, so it's a bit of a sort of prize. That'll be a fun project. We planted them. I bought a couple of cucumbers because we didn't really have enough. You planted them as well, did you?
Yes, I did the cucumbers. We've got some that have already sprouted and they're coming along nicely, so we've put another lot in.
And then we've also been we've been seeing a few butterflies, so we've been covering our outdoor brassicas with the fly net.
I'm singing in the rain.
Just to ward off any whitefly, bit of a white caterpillar, or one of the one that wrecks your brassicas.
Yeah, the one that wanders them, yeah. Yeah, because they've done really well slugs-wise. They've grown really well, haven't they, so far?
So far our slug war is going okay. We've took a lot of precautions. We've put some slug pellets down, organic ones. We've got the oyster shell. We're collecting from bits of wood sitting down. We are going to win this slug war. We're going to try at least.
I think the dahlias will be the test because apparently they absolutely love dahlias.
Yeah, Lou's.
So that's going to be a bit of a test. But yeah, that'll be probably coming up in next week's vlog because I've got a load of tubs which I'm hoping are going to work. I've got some more to collect, and then I've got all these dahlias that I need to get in and get growing, and it's really time to get them started. So we'll go through that. Yeah, that'll come up in the weeks to come.
I always find it crazy when the grapevine springs to life. It grows so rapidly and quickly. If you are liking the video, please hit a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and leave a comment. But I'm going to ask you to comment if you've got any good grape tips. Please give them to us, because the first year we got some fantastic grapes, and last year we just did not have a good harvest, and it tastes so good, so we really want a good harvest this year. So yes, if you've got any tips, please leave them below. Yes, the kids will really appreciate it because they blooming love these grapes. Yes.
So Jim also got himself some new chickens, didn't you?
Yes, let's roll the footage.
So I've added 2 new birds to the flock. Yes, you fucking brat. So I don't know if you've heard of a thing called chicken maths, but in essence, I am addicted to buying chickens. Yes! No, these guys lay blue eggs, and I've not got any blue egg layers out anymore. I've got a couple of olive egg layers, although they don't lay all the time anymore because they've got old, but I've got no blue egg layers. And these guys lay a blue, a green. Is it blue or green, Lou? Do you remember?
Blue, I think.
Blue, yeah. It's blue or green. It's a really cool colour. I'm rubbish with my blues and my greens. Lou always says I'm a bit colour blind, but it's an awesome colour egg. And so I've added 2 of them to the flock. Yeah, I really can't help myself. I see that somebody locally had them, and yeah, I got them both for 55 quid, so I was chuffed for that. Yeah. Yeah. So they've got these cool feather patterns on their heads, and they're originally from Peru, quite an ancient bird, really interesting. They are known for their awesome features, and they're a great addition to the smallholding. I look forward to adding their genetics into my barnyard mix. I love the barnyard mix because you never know what a chicken's going to look like. It's loads of people, you know, I like adding the genes into the chickens and creating the hybrids, and looking at, oh, look how cool this one's cool, we'll keep this one, you know, that sort of thing. I've got some cool Favorel that have the face patterns, genetics into the flock, and now these ones, I think it'll be a really good fit here on the smallholding. Yes, you beautiful bastards.
I just love chickens, guys.
They're really cute, these ones.
These ones are cute, and, but it is just, I'm only taking 20 chickens into the winter with me. The rest are going to be recycled. Is that the right way to put it? But I want some different genetics. Every few years, when you're doing a backyard mix like most of mine are, you need to add those fresh genetics in. And I think that, you know, the different chickens, I think they work out well. Like hybrids tend to come out with some vigour, some strength.
It's a bit like dogs, isn't it? Like the ones that aren't pedigree, that are like the mixes, tend to have less problems.
Yeah, they seem to. They've got a wide genetic varieties, you know. So that seems to. It's worked for us.
Yeah. And it's nice the surprise of what they, because you've got such a, you know, you've got the really pale ones, you've got the dark ones, and you know all the different varieties as well. It's kind of. You never know what you're going to get. You get a real mix of and you can get some
beautiful, like very unique hens. And now, if I was showing hens or doing anything like that, but we have hens for the eggs. You know, that's what these flocks for. They're just for eggs, for us and my pets. You know, I don't think, and I've said this to Lou before, I don't think that I could do all the processing and eating the chickens if I didn't have some pets. I know that sounds strange, but it's just I really enjoy having the chickens around.
It'd be odd having them and then having them all gone to nothing.
Gone,
like,
and then
having
back.
none to look
So,
after, wouldn't it?
you know, I don't think I'd be able to do that. So I like, and there are some, we've got 2 Hubbards that we just, you know, they just look really nice. And so on process day, I was like, I'm going to keep you as a pet, you know. And
they got lucky.
They got lucky.
Shall we show everyone how our plants and seedlings are getting along?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, because we've got the seedlings that we
This is an ad-lib part,
planted.
guys. We don't normally do this.
Because we've got the seedlings you would have seen us plant, but also I've got my. It's awful weather, so I'll see what it's like. But if yeah, I might show you my Farmer Gracie plants as well, just see how they're coming along. They're not massive, but they're all starting to come out nicely. So yeah, we'll do that.
Well, yeah, we will. Me ocker is doing fantastic as well. Oops, I'm getting stuck on the thing. Yeah, I'm really pleased with the ocker. Almost everything's come out. Even these ones that I didn't, there was like 6 that I haven't, but there's 1, 2, signs of 3 this morning. And so I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of all the ones I planted not to have germinated, and some of them are just like that. It's just doing so fantastic. I really love ocker, so I'm really looking forward to eating all this. And I wanted to talk about all my new plants, and I was going to do that as a section, but let's roll this all into like one new plant, update plants section. So I have bought loads of both ancient and exotic plants. So I've got this one called a skirret, which is a type of vegetable. I'm going to stop there and I'm going to rewind. I was watching a program and I kind of knew in my head that sweet corn, potatoes, tomatoes were all from the New World. And so I was like, well, what the heck did the Europeans used to eat? So when I Googled that, I came up with this vegetable called a skirret. And it's like got long roots. I'll see if I can get a picture and put it up. And it was an ancient vegetable that was widely cultivated throughout Europe and kind of treated like a potato. So I thought that would be really cool, really interesting to see how that came.
Yeah.
I got the yakon, which is, I've got 2 different varieties, which is supposed to be a root vegetable that's more akin to like an apple. It's like got the crunch of an apple. And I just think that would be really cool to try. I've got some horseradish, I've got a pomegranate, I've got a couple of citrus plants.
Finger lime, was it?
A finger lime and a something citrus. It's like a little orange citrus fruit. But I think it's supposed to be quite similar taste to lime.
Oh, okay.
But it's like an orange, small citrus type of thing. And then I've still got a bunch more trees.
Pomegranate. We got a dwarf pomegranate.
Yeah, I got a dwarf.
We just didn't know you could grow them, did we? And then we were like, oh, you can. And then as with a lot of things, we realised they were massive. But then we found a dwarf one.
And it'll sit really nicely in a sunny spot we've got in a pot on the drive.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect place for it.
Yeah, because it needs the protection. So where we've got sort of 2 buildings, it's protected, but it's south facing at the same time. So hopefully it'll do well there. We do like pomegranate, don't we? We do eat quite a lot of it. So again, it's just something else that we actually use that we hopefully won't have to buy.
A bunch of passion fruit plants because I love passion fruit. I've got a guava fruit. I've never really heard of that, except I've heard it in a drink, you know, passion fruit and guava. I've seen that before, but I've ordered some of them. But I had a little bit of money, about 200 quid. And I said to Lou, never in my life, I spent it all on plants, couldn't believe it.
Well, you now know the feeling, because I bought quite a few plants for the garden. And you'd always just be like, how do you end up spending so much money? And he now knows the feeling of, be like, oh, that looks nice, ding, 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 ding. And then it's just like,
that adds up.
This is how you spend hundreds of pounds on plants.
Yay! Look at the size of some of the peaches on the peach tree. It's absolutely covered this year in these good fruits, so I'm really hoping we're going to have a nice harvest. Yes! You talk about your Farmer Gracie stuff, and we'll just roll the B-roll. So even if it's wet, we can roll pictures of where it is.
Yes, the Farmer Gracie, they're really lovely plants, but the best thing that you are to do is put them in a pot, let them grow on, and then once they're sort of, one, the danger of frost has passed, but also once they've got their roots in the ground a little bit, they can then be planted out. So the Eryngium's grown really nicely. My GMs have just sort of starting to come through. I think Echinops was the other one. They're all starting to come out, but they, yeah, it's just nice because it's on the walkway where I walk past them every day, in and out to get to the car, and they're really doing well. And as I said before, the dahlias are next, but I've had them outside, but I'm going to move them into the polytunnel and put all of the new ones in the polytunnel because I think it'll get them going a little bit quicker. So I think the dahlias, again, because the slugs love them and the heat, I'm going to at least start them off in the polytunnel, and then potentially sort of May, June time, I might do a trial, do half outside, half inside, just to see how they do.
Well, I always think that's wise, isn't it? Like if you do, because you need to know. It's good to know if something's going to thrive straight away outside. You're wasting valuable polytunnel space.
Well, you've got the problem of if they're in the ground, I think they'll be better because they're going to have to be in pots in here. So I think they'll probably get bigger outside, but you've got more risk of slugs. Inside, they probably won't get as big, but it's the humidity. If the humidity's not right, they don't work so well. So yeah, I think I'll do a bit of a test because I've got 3 of each type. I think I've got 8 types of dahlias, 3 types of each. So yeah, we'll do a bit of a trial, I think, on those. And then I'm hoping, I was also reading, I think it was last night, because everyone says, to lift dahlias and take them out and store them in a cool, dark place over winter and then plant them back out, the tubers. But if they're in a polytunnel and we've got loads of wool, potentially, if they're the ones that are in pots, if they work out well, they could stay in the pots.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have to lift them, which would be nice. Because people have tried, I've watched a few people now, who they thickly mulch them about 15 centimetres and just leave them in the ground outside. But my worry is when they come through, the slugs will be straight at them. So I think I'll try them in pots in here and then see how we can keep a few over winter as well, and then they should hopefully thrive a bit quicker.
And I think part of our motto is try it. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Let's learn. I mean, again, we're very new at all this. But we were joking about the other day. In 20 years, we probably will be experts because we do like to experiment. We do like to see what works. We do like to learn.
You're always learning, always. But at the same time, just in the 3 years we've been here, we've already learned a hell of a lot. Yeah. You're always learning.
You quickly learn as well because you learn best when you make a mistake, and you make a mistake that ruins your harvest of squashes. You ain't making that mistake again because I want to eat my squashes. I don't want them to get in a mush and not be able to use them.
And it's different land here. Is there anything we did know from, say, where we moved from in the southeast? It's different ground, it's different weather, it's very, very different. Even my dad's family, he did stuff that he's done for years and he's just like, this doesn't quite work how I thought it would. It's
growing tomatoes outside was the big one.
Doesn't work.
From Essex.
They're brilliant.
You can grow you can grow tomatoes in your garden right through till October. Here by September they've got blight and a mushy.
They've got blight. If it's wind, they get snapped. You cannot grow tomatoes outside, and the corn as well.
They grow great in the polytunnel, though.
Yeah, the corn is a bit of a tester.
Yeah, we're trying the corn in here this year,
but then last year was a bad year, so I imagine on a good year, it's fine outside. But then it's like, do you risk it? Do you do half and half? I imagine in the polytunnel they'll be absolutely fine.
We're going to do half and half this year, so we'll plant some outside, some in the polytunnel, just to ensure we at least get a harvest, won't we?
Yeah. But it's all trial and error, isn't it? And then again, it depends on the weather. What has worked for years, you then have a different year weather-wise, and it doesn't work anyway, does it? It's part of gardening, but that's also, it keeps it interesting.
Yeah. Got my first little belly rub this morning. Hello, bud. It's been a week now since we've had the piggies here on the farm. Sir sausage and Baron bacon, and
they've settled in well, haven't they?
They have.
They've settled in really well. They were really good in the car on the way home. We were expecting squealing the whole way, weren't we?
They settled, yeah.
And they didn't really make a sound. They were naturally a little bit weary of us to begin with, but they've warmed to you quickly, haven't they? I mean,
Billy, no. She's chewing on one of the willow trees.
Oh, shit.
Cheeky. Yeah, no, they've got a lot more. I'll say this and they'll squeal. Well, he likes a little ear scratch, this guy does. Look at that. Hey, you.
Dilly, no.
So, yeah, I think I spooked him a bit. They go over there to do their toilets already, not quite, which is, you know, they say pigs do that, and it's really weird to see.
Yeah.
But we are having to scoop up some and take it over. But yeah, no, I'm loving it. Because, you know, my forte is kind of the animals, but Lou was feeling, before they came, you said to me that you were more excited about the pigs than you have been for any of the chickens. Even the type of chicken you wanted, what are they called?
Oh, the Buff Orpington.
The Buff Orpington, the pigs were still more exciting to you.
I don't know, I think we've been so busy, I haven't been able to spend a huge amount of time with them. I'm hoping once sort of, especially, we're heading into the Easter holidays now, so I'm hoping I'll be able to actually come in and spend a bit more time, let them get to know me a bit more. But they're, they're very...
They're lovely pigs.
They're quite docile, aren't they? And
Yeah.
the people we got them off, they did say that they're very docile, they love a belly rub. They are very good-natured pigs, and yeah, they seem to have been that so far, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and first impressions are they're not as smelly as I thought they'd be. I know it's early days, but I don't know. I had an impression in my head that the whole area was going to stink like really bad. But what we're doing is we're throwing all the poo into a corner and dumping up wood chips onto it. And at the end of the year, we're going to move that over to the chickens to turn over. And add in grass clippings and all that sort of stuff to make some compost. But yeah, so that's working well. It's not smelly. They've not really been any bother. You come down and give fresh water twice a day. Give them a bit of food every day, or twice a day. So they're not even that much trouble there. Like compared to say the chickens and that, you do have to watch. We did have the escape, the great escape.
Oh, yeah.
So. Day one, we got the electric fence around the pen here, and on day one, when me and Lou done the fence here, we actually put we done it upside down, so we had the big squares at the top and the little squares at the bottom.
Yeah.
As we've said before, guys, we're learning as we go. Won't make that mistake again.
No, I won't be doing that one again.
And,
we thought it was going to be fun. We're like,
it'll be fun. They're big
it'll
pigs.
Be
You don't
They'll
think?
be big, fat
I don't
pigs.
even think they'd fit through now, but they were a bit smaller last week. And on the corner there, I haven't got it taut to the edge. Again, a mistake. But so when the pig went into the corner and touched the electric fence, their instinct is to run forward. But when they ran forward, they got into one of these things and then just ran straight through it.
The hole
and straight
up
up here, up this bank. Luckily, they came back for their mate. And then I managed to jump on it. But wow! Oh man, it was...
So you were out till about 10 o'clock at night,
That first
weren't you?
night, it was a baptism of fire. Luckily, one of my neighbours and Lou's dad and me, we just got about putting another layer on the right way. So it doesn't look as tidy now, but they've not got out.
It's all right though. But the fencing, luckily we had enough fencing so we could just roll it out and staple it back on. But it's just one of those things, we didn't get back to 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
And then obviously the kids, you know, they were excited. By the time you settled them in, spent a bit of time with them, and then we were like, oh no.
Yeah.
So it was a late night, wasn't it? But
yeah, no, it was.
They're fine
late
now,
night.
and they seem to be. Yeah, they're settling in really well. People, they have said that. They've said pigs are easy compared to other animals, and I think you've noticed that already, haven't you?
Yeah.
They are easy.
They're no trouble. They're so cute as well. Yeah. It's gonna be a different ball game to the chickens. You know, I'm trying so hard to not get attached to these animals, but I'm already looking at bacon and sausage a bit differently, I'll be honest. I don't mean these pigs, I don't think it's going to turn me off. I think I'm going to have the same thing. It's a difficult process. It's not easy rearing your own food.
I think it will. I'm hoping...
It's as hard as if you've never done it and you think, oh, I could never do that. Like, that's kind of where me and Lou started from. So we're still in those stages, you know. We're still in the, oh, this is tough, but we want this. We want to know where the meat's come from.
And I think over here, like with the chickens, the first lot of chickens, it was difficult.
It was so hard.
And I think in a way, it gets easier each time you do it.
I don't think so. I disagree.
No, what I mean is it's never easy, but I feel like if you did get a bit of a bond with these ones, I think as the times go on, you'll kind of, because you know what's happening, I feel like while it's not easy, you kind of get a bit more. You feel more familiar with the process, so it's not.
That's
easy,
it.
but it gets
That's what I would have said. It's not easier, but you get more familiar. Therefore, you get quicker. So therefore, it's not as taxing because you know how to do it better. But the overall heaviness of those days is still.
They're heavy days.
They're heavy days. They're tiring, and so with the pigs, you get a slaughterman come out to the house, having a little bit of a tussle. Hey, the camera can't see that.
No, it won't be in shot. But yeah, so a guy comes to the house. He will do the dispatching. He butchers it for you. He bags it up, and
then you can keep it in your freezer. Obviously, we can't sell it, but we can consume it. Yeah. Just us who live here on the property.
Only,
so, unfortunately, visitors and stuff they won't be able to eat none. But it's weird, that, isn't it? It's stupid. But if we were paid to take them to an abattoir, that would all be different, which doesn't make any sense. The slaughtermans are all accredited and stuff. But if we start doing all right with it and we enjoy doing pigs, our ambition is to expand. So who knows? One day there is a new slaughterhouse opening in Fishguard, in which we would be able to sell the meat, which I think people are getting more conscious and want that good life for the pigs, want to know where they've come from, want to know they've been reared with love and cared. So it could be an avenue to go through if we do like it. You never know what's going to happen.
And everyone we speak to, we've spoken to several people who are doing it with cows, and the meat, it's within like an hour it's sold, isn't it? Yeah. There's obviously a high demand for it, and I think where people are getting a lot more conscious of where their meat comes from. I mean, you never know. You know what's going to happen down the line, but it's a potential, isn't it? Because they are lovely animals to have, and if they're easy, then it's... they're no trouble, are they?
No. So far, it's only been a week. Like we may have said this about some other animals that turned out to be a lot of issue. So, where's Erin?
She's over with my phone.
She wandered all the way over there. Like this, At least you've got your eyes on her. Yeah. And that's the beauty. The beauty of living with family is everyone's around. So. Yeah, but I think that's it for the pigs. We don't want to ramble too much, but they are so far being a very easy animal to look after.
Yeah. So it has been an experience keeping pigs in it. Yeah. Cool so far. They're already growing so massive.
Yeah, they're growing, and it's what we had heard, but they're quite easy, aren't they?
Yeah, very easy. Much easier than the chickens or the geese are pretty easy. Not at the moment because they've got to be locked away, but where geese just graze the grass and need to drink, the geese are a fairly easy animal to look after, but pigs are up there as well, aren't they?
Yeah, well, you just kind of go down, you feed them, give them water, check the water and top them up halfway through the day, but otherwise you see them because you want to spend time with them, don't you? Yeah. It's kind of, you don't have to. I suppose chicken, you've got the fact of collecting eggs, haven't you? And
I mean, I don't find it too much of a faff.
I suppose the feeders a bit more. It's a bit more complicated to do, I suppose.
Well, I have a big flock, so I have to fill up 4 or 5 10 litre drinkers. I have to put a big bag of 20 kilo food into the feeder each day. So you have to collect the eggs. You have to put the fresh bedding down. Now we do a deep litter method, so I just spray a sprinkle of bedding every day on top of the last night's poo, and then every 3-4 months we take it all out and put it in the compost. But there is these little tasks with chickens that you've got to do all the time. Whereas so far the pigs have been very, very looking after themselves.
Yeah, they've been very good. Yeah, they're cute, aren't they? And they're getting more familiar, especially with you, aren't they? They like a little rub and a little scratch behind the ear. They come out snorting in the morning, don't they? All like, where's my food? But no, they're cute.
And a friend of mine, Nigel, I know he watches his videos. Hello, Nigel. He brought his drone round, and we got a wicked perspective of...
We've wanted to see this perspective for so long, haven't we? Because where we've done quite a lot to the land, and
we keep checking every so often. We check the Google Earth to see if they've got a new aerial shot. And so he brought his drone round. We'll show you the footage.
That's it, really. But this is cool. I suppose it's probably more cool for us to see because it's what we've done, isn't it? But it's nice probably for you guys as well to get a perspective of the layout of things and see all the areas that you see, but only on their own rather than together. Yeah.
No, so enjoy the footage. Thanks again, Nigel. Sorry about the drone, it crashed into the wall, and hopefully it's all repaired now. So that's it for today's episode, or nearly it. Just the outtakes. The outtakes to roll. If you've watched this far, I'm sure you watched to the end of the outtakes anyway. We just want to say thank you again to everybody who's liking, subscribing and commenting. You know, just thank you for, even if you're not doing those things, but you're enjoying the videos, thanks to you as well. Like, you know, we understand that some people watching it on their telly and aren't gonna comment or like every video, but you're still enjoying the content, so thanks to them as well.
Yeah.
We are Fields and Flocks.
We'll see you in the next one.
Boom! Go with that.
You got yourself some new chickens, didn't you?
I did, yes, sir. But can I just turn it off and on again? So I've got the disclaimer on the section.
Yeah.
What plants were they? Put down the
ones that I just said. Eryngium, echinoctium.
Right. Strawberry. Oh, that was good, man. Oh, I did have one earlier on in the year, but that one was way tastier. So that's my second strawberry of the season, and it was delicious.
There's loads coming, isn't there?
Loads.
Oh, this for like that week or two of hot weather, they've just gone crazy.
I wonder how many of you have commented on the strawberries when you've seen them throughout, because this is going to go in at the outtakes, me eating that strawberry. But I wonder how many of them have been like, look how big the strawberries have got. So if you've done that, let us know in the comment that you could predict the future. Yay! I'm just going to make it up to see how the intro goes. Because we could, my thinking is, we keep messing up the intro because we try and write down what we say.
Yeah.
We've done it enough times now. Yes! Like, I reckon we'll be able to just ad-lib it.